How's it going, guys? It's Chris, and this is my money-making guide, but it's not really much of a guide. It's gonna be more like advice, or even a tutorial on how to save and make money, and not spend it all at once on RuneScape. So I've gone and written down a few ideas here and a few things that I've learned over my years of playing this game. And I know a lot of the comments you've already typing them in saying over half your bank is donations. You don't know anything about money. Shut up. Stop making a video. Go PK. That's what you're good at. I'm not even that great at PKing. But anyways, yeah, like I said, this is my guide or my advice slash tips on how to make and save and gain wealth on this game. It's not the best guide, but it's my way, all right? So I'll let you guys know right now, I play RuneScape as a relaxed player. I don't take it super seriously or super seriously, but I play it as a game. That's what it's meant to be. It's not my job. It's not, it's just something I do for fun. I don't need to spend 10 hours a day clicking on the same object over and over again, boring my brains out, okay? So my first tip I have is save money. Now this is a very obvious tip that should be very common sense, but some people don't really know the explanation of it and how I really mean for it to affect you. So what I mean is going to the GE, we're going to walk there right now, but going to the GE, when I tend to buy an item on RuneScape, because I don't really care anymore, but when I used to really, really care about saving money and making money, if you were to buy something, for example, a Bando's Godsword, right now, the price of the Bando's Godsword is 7.139 mil, okay? And if I really want it that second, which I usually do when I'm going to buy something, I want it that second, I'll just buy in at max, or I'll put it up 5% more, so it might be like 7.5 mil or 8 mil even. And I'll get cash back on the offer, obviously, usually actually. But I didn't save as much money as I possibly could. See, if I just put in an offer maybe 100k below mid, I probably would have gotten the item, the Bando's Godsword, in an hour or so. That's being patient and saving money. So basically why is this guy dancing? But how you make money in this game, it really, really does involve patience. You really need a lot of patience. Otherwise, you're just going to get fucked, and it's just going to slowly drain away. I know you're thinking, Chris, what if I just go and buy like a few prayer potions for PKing? Well, the thing is, eventually you're going to run out of those few prayer potions. You're going to have to come back and buy more, come back and buy more. So every time you buy over mid or over the necessary asking price for these prayer potions, you're slowly losing money every time. And you're probably thinking, oh, just a few hundred GP doesn't really add up. But eventually, if you keep on buying these peapots or prayer potions, peapots is a funny word, like say 1,000 times, you just lost 3 mil or 30k, 300k, I don't know. But it adds up is what I'm trying to say, okay? So let's move on to the next tip, which is look up history on an item, on a big item, before you go purchasing it, all right? So when I got my Ellie, this was right after I got enough donations to afford one, which was really cool. And I appreciate everyone who did donate in the first week, or the only couple of weeks that I was accepting donations, because I don't do that anymore. But the first thing I did was I want this Ellie shield, because I always wanted one on RuneScape. I think you guys should definitely set a gold or an item that you should really set your mind to getting. And mine was the Elysian or Elysian Spirit Shield, because I think it looks badass, and it's like the second best shield in the game. I don't get called a prod for using it. And I don't know, it's just sexy. What can I say? Look at me. I'm just giving you a hard on right now, all right? So when I went to go buy it, I went to World 2 GE, and I went where they sell these Ellies, and I bought one for trading price, whatever the guy was asking me. And sure, like I said, I've merchanted Ellies. You can put an offer in 10 mil below the asking price of what street price might be, and you'll get it over maybe a day or so. So save 10 mil and wait a day, or say, fuck a day, I don't want to wait that long and waste 10 mil. It's these little decisions that eventually all revolve around patience, okay? The next tip I have is merchanting / flipping items. Like I said, I have merchanted and flipped Ellies back when I used to be really into RuneScape a couple months ago. I used to really care about money, and not so much anymore, but I used to really care about money, and I could flip it. For example, the trade price for it would be 550 mil, let's say, 550. So I would basically go and buy one in the World 2, find someone that's selling, or even on the forums. That's always a good place to buy some stuff, for 535 mil, okay? I would put it in overnight in the GE for 550, come back a day or two later and make 15 mil. I don't have to do anything. I can go out, go have a life, come back on RuneScape, and I've made 15 mil just from sticking something in the GE. So that's flipping. And you can mass flip many items at a time. Hundreds of items. For example, hundreds of whips. You might only make 20k off each whip, but 100 of them, that's like, fuck, I don't know math. Don't ask me that. What a terrible question. Why would you ask me math? I make RuneScape videos, not a mathematician. God, all right. Anyways, the lazy way to make money is before purchasing an item, you don't want to flip it. You don't really care. Look at the history. There's a really cool feature on RuneScape. Right, you can look up the Grand Exchange history on this item and how it's risen and dropped over the months or weeks of the item being out. You know. So say my LE has been dropping, and I don't have one at the time. LE Shield is dropping. I'm looking at the charts. You know, it's declining negatively every week or so. It goes down 10 mil. Obviously, I'm not going to buy one. I'm going to wait till it probably starts to slowly go up. Then I'll get back into it and then hope that I can make money off of it again. And that's the smart way of doing it. That's the lazy way, but it's smart. You know, it's just patience. And I keep going back to the word patience. That's really what this guide is all about, and that's how you make money on RuneScape. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Another really obvious tip should be setting a bank pin and not getting hacked. Don't share your account with your friends. If you do share your account with your friends, there's nothing wrong with that. It's against the rules, but it's, you know, you're not going to die, okay? But set a bank pin, put all your stuff in your bank before you log out, because I've gotten so many messages over my years of playing this game. Chris, I got hacked. Can you give me money? Chris, I got hacked. Can you give me money? Chris, I got hacked. Can you give me tips on how to get money? And all that stuff. So set a bank pin. Don't trust that many people with your RuneScape account. Maybe if you know them in real life, that's fine. I don't know. But yeah. All right. So another good tip for PKers is going to be buying cheap supplies. And I've already went over this with P-Pots. But if you see, for example, prayer pots are going down. Let's say they hit like 4K each, okay? Which is like rock bottom. All right. You're thinking, okay, I want some because I want to go PK. But the smart thing to do would be mass buy them. Buy like 10,000 of them if you can. And then come back in a few months, prayer pots might be back up to like 6 or 7K. You can either then sell them for profit or just hang on to them and use them for PKing over the years. So when you see an item that's declined so low and you know for a fact that it's going to go back up because that's just this natural habit, for example, Santa hats is a good example of that, then I would definitely recommend buying them at low if you have the extra money. Okay, so next one is if you're not a PKer and you don't need to worry about that stuff, there are several ways of monster killing that can make you a millionaire or even billionaire. For example, Corporal Beast. You want to test your luck out. That also requires a lot of patience because you're going to go a lot of dry trips without any sigils, and it's just not going to be that much fun. So I would definitely recommend occupying yourself without being bored when you do that stuff. I mean, like listen to music, talk to friends on Skype or Ventrilo or whatever, and just don't make it such a task. Because then when you finally do see that sigil on the ground, or God Sword if you're going to God Wars, then it's just going to be such a surprise, and it's going to be fun, and you know it'll be much more worth it, okay? All right. Now back to PKing. There are several ways to make money on by PKing. I can't really say Rune is a great way, because even if you PK 100 Rune sets, honestly, that doesn't even add up to that much anymore. So I would definitely say the best way to get good at PKing is practicing it with friends. For example, hybriding with Max Mage. If you can go out and find some good ARMS fights, I find that's really hard, or I found that's really hard when I used to hybrid. To find a good hybrid that's actually willing to risk it and not just tab out in the first 30 seconds, or when they run out of specs, they'll just tab out. And yeah, I find the best way for me is Edgefield PKing with Darox, because let's say a Darox set is 7 mil. You might PK that 7 mil, you might lose another 7 mil, you go back and forth, you PK a set, you lose a set, you PK. But if in the end of the day, just try one day, if in the end of the day that you've made profit, I would definitely say that's a great way to make money, because a lot of people have fun by high risk PKing. And if you can have fun while you're making money, then you're winning already. You know, you're just Charlie Sheen at this game, all right? So, next big tip, I only got 2 left, don't worry guys, is don't stake. This is obvious, I've said it before. I've tried staking not too long ago because, like I said, I'm not really carrying at the moment. I'm not just trying to throw away your guys' gold. I still save it as much as I can. But I do make my own money. I do flip items, so I earn my own stuff. And if I feel like losing my earnings, then whatever, I'll go stake for like 5 mil or whatever. I did that and I'm done with that. But I would definitely say stay out of staking. You've seen lots of countless people like Win All Day. They show these awesome stakes winning billions and billions of GP. They don't show their losses. And it's a 50-50 thing, unless you have some scam or something like that. But you should know that it's not always going to result. It's not a guaranteed win. Okay, so last thing is don't spend unnecessary money on skilling. If you're a skiller, then that's awesome. I'd say 60-70% of the people in this game there's a skiller right there. You know, things like fishing or fire making aren't too costly, but the things like construction and summoning are really, really costly skills, and you don't need them up that high unless you really plan on using that skill to benefit for you and make you profit in the future. For example, 95 prayer, I had to spend so much money to get that, and it really sucked. But I made it back by PKing with my turmoil that I earned, and it's really, I think it's worth it because eventually over months I made it back, and it's just a really, it makes this game more fun having a higher prayer level in my opinion. But like I said, things like 99 woodcutting, I mean, you don't spend any money on that. If anything, you make a little bit of money, but I think that's kind of pointless. You just click on a tree and it takes like fucking a millennium to finally get there. But like I said, things like summoning, unless you really plan on putting that pack yak or steel titan to use and making you profit in the end of the day, then I'd say it's a waste. So that's about it for my tips. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too boring. Sorry I had no PKing clips or anything. I'm just kind of standing here at the GE. But I really wanted this video to be more about my voice and what I'm saying to you guys, and you really have to take this in and just listen to my advice because I have been doing this for years, and I can definitely tell you guys that you can either save money and make money, or if you don't really care that much, you just play this game for the hell of it and you play for fun, then just do what I do and spend money whenever you want to. But if you get too low, then you're gonna have to take a break and say, okay, I got to put on my money making pants and really put them to good use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it helped you out a little bit. And if you enjoyed it that much, you can feel free to favorite it, give it a like, subscribe, etc. And yeah, thanks for watching.